Right now at noon, a Pineville woman enters a plea in the kidnapping and murder of a pregnant Arkansas woman.
And we have an alert day today and tomorrow for dangerous heat. Another day of heat index values approaching 115. We'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
Plus, high-speed internet will soon make its way to more rural Kansas communities.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We have another alert day today as dangerous temperatures continue to heat up the area. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. We're going to go straight to Chris Warner.
Yeah, we do have that alert day today, and here's one of the main reason why is this. We still have excessive heat warnings across the bulk of the area. Now, some of these are set to expire this evening. They'll be replaced with heat advisories, but between now and then, anywhere in this zone, heat index values up to 115 degrees. Down in the heat advisory zones, you're not any better. We're talking heat index values still 105 to 110 degrees out there. So this is similar to, think of a severe thunderstorm warning. The criteria, you go from that 57 miles an hour to 58 miles an hour. It's not a noticeable difference, but that's the criteria to make the warning. That's kind of what we're looking at between the differences between heat advisory and the excessive heat warning. Now, thanks to that complex, early this morning, we've actually had a few showers flare up out there. Unfortunately, they're very isolated, and the other issue is they are simply leaving behind higher dew points and higher humidity levels. We started yesterday 78, made it to 94, so our high yesterday wasn't that bad, but our low 8 degrees above where we should be. And again, another look at those advisories across the area. 92 in Joplin right now, 88 in Pittsburgh, and these temperatures, take a look around here where we've got where some rain has been, some cloud cover, upper 80s, the rest of us low to mid 90s, and then you factor in the humidity and take a look at these heat index values back up into the triple digits. 107 is what it feels like in Veneta right now. Heading through the rest of the evening, we'll start to see these clouds clear out, and then we'll start to see an opportunity for a stray shower here or there. Otherwise, we are dry, hot, humid, 84 by midnight. We're going to talk about this excessive heat, how long it lasts, and how the weekend is looking here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, a plea in a horrific area kidnapping and murder case that drew national headlines. 44-year-old Amber Waterman of Pineville, Missouri, had been accused of kidnapping and killing an Arkansas woman in order to take her unborn child. Yesterday, Waterman pleaded guilty to 1 count of kidnapping resulting in death and 1 count of causing the death of a child in utero. The victim was Ashley Bush. She was 31 weeks pregnant when she was lured to a meeting with her killer in Maysville, Arkansas, back in October of 2022. Waterman had contacted Bush through Facebook, offering the possibility of a job. After her disappearance, authorities responded to reports of a baby girl who was not breathing in the Pineville, Missouri area. The child died. Waterman first claimed she had given birth to the child, but later admitted it was Bush's baby. While searching Waterman's property, authorities found the burned remains of the mother. An autopsy indicated Bush had died of penetrating trauma of the torso, and the death was classified as a homicide. Waterman now faces a mandatory sentence of life in prison without parole for each death. Joplin first responders were called to 32nd and Texas Avenue for a 2-vehicle crash yesterday evening. One of the vehicles was making a turn onto 32nd Street when it was struck heading east. An older male was transported to Freeman West with severe injuries. The investigation is ongoing at this time. Well, more families in rural Kansas will have access to reliable internet. Quick Home is a Kansas internet provider, and they received a $950,000 grant to provide broadband access in Allen and Coffee counties. It's intended to allow for telehealth, online education, and remote work in more rural communities. These communities should see an immediate improvement to their service.
In the area that we were working in, over 90% did not have what the FCC would call is basic internet connection. So that means 25 download speed, 3 upload speed.
SOFR expects Allen County to be connected to broadband by the middle of 2025. A local fire department is getting a little boost courtesy of the wind indirectly. Crawford County, Kansas commissioners have voted to help the Hepler Fire Department pay for a fire truck using money received from the Jayhawk Wind Farm in Hepler.
In the past, we did a sewer upgrades, some other upgrades. This year, when they went through and they were looking at replacing a fire truck for that area, the mayor, Doug Harris, in that area reached out to me and said, is there any way that we utilize that money for part of this fire truck payment that they had purchased?
Commissioners voted to provide nearly $36,000 from the Wind Farm Fund to help pay for a fire truck replacement. Crawford County Mental Health yesterday cut the ribbon on a new location for their children's services. The ceremony featured a newly renovated office on Broadway in Pittsburgh and a meet and greet with the staff. Visitors had a chance to learn about children's services available to the community, as well as new youth mental health and crisis services.
Over the last year, we've grown considerably for the amount of clients that we've seen, clients we've worked with. We've developed great partnerships with local partners, schools, different things like that have been great in working with us. And I think as a result of those partnerships and our expansion of services, we've seen more clients come seeking what we're able to provide.
The children's services are now at 710 North Broadway. Well, coming up, tens of thousands of visitors are making their way to Carthage for Marian Days. We're going to see how guests are housed during the weekend's festivities. And later, we're making slow cooker baked ziti in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. The state of Oklahoma has a sales tax holiday coming up this weekend. What this means for shoppers in the Sooner State is retail taxes will not be collectible or payable on certain purchases. Specifically, any article of clothing or footwear under $100 per item this weekend will be tax-free. Shoppers can shop online or at retail locations. Oklahoma's sales tax holiday runs from Friday through Sunday. Marian Days kicks off tomorrow in Carthage, Missouri. This year, organizers expect more than 60,000 people to attend the annual Vietnamese Catholic celebration. Many of the attendees are already in town. KOAM's Tanya Bach shows us how the community is welcoming them with a place to stay.
That's this lamp. I don't think I got this lamp.
Diana Fields is making the final preparations for her house guests this week. She's hosting 3 families during this year's Marian Days celebration. The annual Vietnamese Catholic event draws in tens of thousands of visitors to Carthage, Missouri, and they all need a place to stay.
All the hotels in the 4 cities around here are packed.
The annual pilgrimage packs hotels and converts Carthage homes like Fields into Airbnbs for the week. Thousands even choose to brave the heat, camping in tents in neighborhoods surrounding the campus of the Congregation of the Mother Co-Redemptrix. Father Paul Tran says Marian Days is not just about religion, it's a family reunion.
Right in the middle of the United States, so people from everywhere that, like here, the extended family cannot stay in one place, so it's hard to visit everybody, but they make this as a vacation.
They've been here, and it's usually their relatives. That way we know that they're vetted through Airbnb.
Fields says that she and her husband started hosting in 2018.
But there's big followings of Vietnamese people in San Diego, it seems like Texas. We've had some from Colorado, from Iowa, just from all over the country. I was in high school during the Vietnam War, so I don't really know a lot about it, and it's been interesting to hear them talk about when their parents, because these are like second generation Vietnamese that came over from Vietnam to escape the war and everything. And they just talk about how, they came here, their parents worked really hard, they were met with a lot of obstacles, prejudice, because the war was very controversial. But they watched their parents work really hard and create a life here. They have a strong belief in God, strong family values, and we can relate to that.
A cultural experience Fields says she gets through hosting, something she plans to do for years to come.
As long as we're here, because we're really in a convenient place for them, and it works out really good.
Reporting in Carthage, Missouri, Tanya Bach, KOAM News.
Marian Days runs through Sunday and is open for everyone to attend. Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
The taste of a long-baked favorite without turning on the oven. If you think that sounds good, just wait until you see what it is.
And we've got alert days today and tomorrow for dangerous heat continuing across the area. We'll have a look at that forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So we got another alert day. We've got another hot and muggy and just downright miserable day. And we've got a few isolated showers out there, but those showers are going to cause their own problems. Not in terms of severe weather or anything like that. They're going to cause problems in terms of leaving behind high humidity and high dew point levels out there. And so they're not really having a major impact on cooling the temperatures whatsoever, but they're going to make it feel a little worse out there. We do have these showers in between Yates Center and Iola, just to the west of Bronson, and we get up here northeast of Garnett. We've got a little shower near Fort Scott, a couple around the Nevada area, and then one over Drywood, and a small shower back towards Stockton. The other part of this, not all of this rain is necessarily reaching the ground, which means all it is it's just feeling really muggy out there. We had some heavier showers flare up briefly in central Crawford County around Girard earlier this morning. They have lifted off to the north and east, and as you can see, there's really not much from this activity, nor are we expecting much more out of any of this as we head through the afternoon and into the evening. We're going to dry out, be hot and miserable as we head into tomorrow. Now, by tomorrow morning, we have some severe thunderstorms off to our north and northwest. We won't see that necessarily, but we could see the energy from those help flare up some early day pop-up showers and thunderstorms out there. But as you can also see on the future track, it doesn't add up to much until the evening. So we're going to watch tomorrow evening because there may be just enough energy to trigger a strong storm or two. Now, these would still be really isolated. We may only get one or two, but we could see a strong storm or two in the early evening hours on our Thursday, and then again isolated showers and storms as this wave continues to push off to the south. We head into Friday. That's when we go just right back to being hot, muggy, and dry once again. But we've got a northerly breeze, which will help out just a little bit. That's why some of these excessive heat warnings expire this evening. Doesn't mean it's not still going to be hot tomorrow. That's why they'll be replaced with heat advisories. It just means that it's going to be less than 115 degrees on the heat index values. We're going to start peaking at about 105 to 110. Don't forget a number of extreme heat safety tips on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com, including a very useful graphic that explains the warning signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion and heat stroke, because we're in that zone where heat exhaustion is likely, heat stroke is possible, heat stroke much more serious, but you still want to make sure, take a moment, look that over. Just make sure for yourself, maybe if you're somebody who works on a construction site, it'll give you some ideas of what to look for, and maybe your coworkers or your friends in the event that they are starting to experience either of those. There's the clouds from those showers off to the north of Joplin. Not doing much, of course, here. 92. Dew point is at 74, making it feel 10 degrees hotter at 102. Across state lines into Pittsburgh, again, sunny skies, just a few clouds. 89, feels like 98. Dew point also at 74. And as we look at temperatures out here, boy, they are just bad. Now, up north again, where we've had some cloud cover and some showers, yeah, the temperatures look a little cooler. We're in the upper 80s, but you're still dealing with that humidity. The rest of us are in the low to mid 90s, and then you factor in those dew points. Look at Newada, dew point of 80. They're all of us in low, mid, and upper 70s, so we are here, and well beyond that, making it feel miserable to the tune of 107 in Veneta, 103 in Neodesha, Yates Center, 104 Chatopa, 105 in Commerce, and then this is what I'm talking about. It's in the 80s in Nevada. And your heat index is almost 15 to 20 degrees hotter than the air temperature because of those neighboring showers out there. They're only adding to the problems. They're not really helping. Highs today, again, upper 90s, lower 100s, and south winds gusting to 25. Still breezy tonight and tomorrow. Maybe an isolated shower or storm late tonight, early tomorrow. No relief from the heat otherwise as we fall back right around 80. About 100 degrees tomorrow. We'll have a west breeze gusting up to about 20 miles an hour, and then we'll see, well, not much relief either. We start heading into the weekend, sunny skies, upper 90s, lower 100s. That continues through the whole of next week as well, with maybe a couple of thunderstorm chances next Thursday and Friday. So hunker down. This heat is here to stay for a while.
All righty. Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making slow cooker baked ziti in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Howard is showing us how to make slow cooker baked ziti in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Now that we're in the dog days of summer, the last thing we want to do is turn on our oven, right? Well, of course, right. But on the other hand, it can get pretty boring eating salads all summer long. The answer? How about making a fill-you-up comfort food favorite, that's made in your slow cooker. We start by sauteing Italian sausage along with a chopped onion and some garlic. While that finishes up, we mix together some ricotta cheese with a couple of beaten eggs, a good amount of shredded mozzarella, some Parmesan cheese, and some oregano. Then, after lining the bottom of our slow cooker with some spaghetti sauce, we add in half of the cooked sausage, half of the ricotta mixture, and half a pound of uncooked ziti that we rinsed in cold water. That allows us to throw it in without cooking it first. After layering everything one more time, we finish it off with more sauce and cheese. Then we simply turn on the slow cooker and walk away. When it's done, what we end up with is a slow cooked comforting favorite. There's no heating up the kitchen and no need to rush home to make dinner. It's ready to serve whenever your gang is ready to dig in. To get the recipe for our slow cooked baked ziti, all you have to do is check out our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a slow cooked summer way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can, of course, find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Dangerous heat again today and tomorrow. Heat index values approaching 115 in some cases. Could see a few isolated to scattered showers and storms tomorrow. Most of us, though, will remain dry. And dangerous heat's not letting go anytime soon. We're talking upper 90s, lower 100s for the next several days across the areas. So buckle up. It's going to stick around for a few minutes.
Here's that way.
All righty. And what do you have for us tonight, Dow?
Lots coming up at 5. For starters, Michigan confirms its first human case of West Nile virus this year, as California reports its first mosquito-related death in nearly 2 decades. The CDC says everyone nationwide needs to take precautions. We're going to take a look at the risks of the virus and how you and your family can stay safe. Plus, with the return of dangerously hot temperatures in the 4 states, HVAC workers are stressing the importance of keeping up to date with your air conditioner's maintenance and how the extreme heat is affecting the thousands of people who are going to be camping outside in Carthage for Marion Days. That can be uncomfortable. Join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
All right. Thank you, Dow. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.